Welcome. Episode 2, building the ultimate M3 Touring. So, if you haven't seen last week's video, last episode, we're trying to build the best M3 Touring. This is an M3 that we've owned for a fair few years. We've done so much with it. It's literally had every modification under the sun. It's now time to make it even better. And in this video, well, don't want to curb the splitter. In this video, we will be going into finer details about the power, how we're going to get the power. We're going to aim to get, I don't know. We're going to aim to get, we're going to get some power. He's going to run a stage 2 plus. So we're going to run port injection. We're going to run the stage 2 software on the gearbox and the ECU, but we need to unlock it. We need to do everything. But thankfully, we actually have done all of this because this car's actually had a single turbo. Had so many modifications in the past, so it's a bit of a hijack. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Tom Wrigley and we are going to figure out what he's done to make this car feel so crazy. Because currently I've got a full tank, well, I haven't got that much money, but three-quarters of a tank of race fuel, and this car is running at its pinnacle of stage 2 plus. So full race fuel, port injection, everything you'd want to have in an M3 Touring if you wanted to beat anything on the road. So we're gonna bounce over to Tom Wrigley's place and show you guys everything that's involved in building a stage 2 plus G8X car. And then we'll bounce back and I'll give you a little impression of what I think driving it firsthand. And I have driven an absolute ton of stage 2 plus cars because we've owned a fair few of them. But anyways, let's get over to Tom Wrigley Performance.
So Dylan's just arrived with Reese's G81. Now this car's been through an evolution of different stages. It's back on stock turbos now, so we're going to be getting those fine-tuned on ethanol and pump fuel, fully dialed in, with the goal of making it a really fast, solid, jumping and drive daily car. Before we get started too much on this, I'm going to run you through some of the other builds we've got here. As always, we've got a nice selection, so we'll get to that now. This X3M here is in for tuning. For those of you who don't know, the newer cars like the 2020 onwards need the FEMP2 unlocks. That's something we do day in, day out here. So anyone needs that, let us know. We have a quick turnaround on that, tuning. Mike Supra. Obviously it was Santa Pod yesterday, so that's just come back, waiting for him to collect it. He had a fantastic day, broke his own personal PB of 8.4. This is Pete's X-Drive M2, so that's just been finished off now. Just a bit of coding left to do and some tuning. Obviously my 240, the car wow killer they call it. Yeah, that's here, chilling, waiting for more power I guess. Another legendary car, Lee's Touring, which is actually the world's fastest touring 8.8 in an M3, which is pretty epic on hybrid still. He's back for more power. A couple of cars there, an F80 and a few other bits just for some servicing. Another very cool car. This was rear wheel drive, did some great times in the 8s. Now it's 4-wheel drive, again very cool car. Back for some more work, some more mods. My new M2, again, been a bit of a project. It's got the lovely R44 carbon on it. And then the Beast, my 7-second G80. Yeah, we're going to go a bit more into that one, but yeah, it's a consistent 7-second car now. A real quick bit of kit. Did the world record for a half mile, 209. And yeah, we're chasing that world quarter mile record, but 7.9 so far, so bit of kit that is. So let's get the car inside and run through what we're going to be doing today. So as I mentioned before, the car's been through a few different stages of modification. It left here stage 2 plus when it was in America. We then came over, put the single turbo on, and now it's back to stage 2 plus. So we're going to run you through some of the parts here, what's included in that package. Obviously you have the full exhaust, so you have the sports cat downpipes and a full exhaust. But combined with that, we have these stage 2 plus parts, which is essentially the port injection. So we've got Mike Ball's loom here, which is a plug and play loom. Fantastic bit of kit, really neat. This means no splicing or cutting. We've got the ethanol 360 fittings for the ethanol sensor, so that goes in line in the fuel line. We've got the 1050 ID injectors, the Motive Reflex, which again, factored and paired with the MHD Plus. Fantastic bit of kit. And then this here is basically to run port injection on stock inlet manifold. This car's got the full CSF stuff on it, so it won't need that. But if you don't want to spend the money on the CSF and you want to go port injection on your stock inlet, this is what you need. Again, a lovely clean install, nice and efficient. And yeah, so let's get the tuning done and see how we get on. So we've got the laptop connected to the car now, and this is where Mike is going to program the Motive. Now the Motive is an awesome bit of kit. It works together with MHD Plus on the car, and that will basically control our secondary fueling. It also has the availability to control a MAC valve if you're going to run a single turbo. You've got low pressure fuel pump. It can create a trigger for that. But what we'll do here is we'll program it. Mike will set it all up, and that'll mean it'll all work in harmony. The PI will work with the DI to make sure the right amount of fuel is getting injected. Obviously, when we have the flex fuel added, more fuel needs to be added when we're using more ethanol. So make sure that all works perfectly, nice and easy, and sort of takes care of itself. So that's the pump fuel tune complete. We've got 730 horsepower and 927 newton meters of torque. A lovely power band with plenty of torque low down. So this is going to make for a very fast road setup. We're going to get it on the road now, finish dialing in the tune, and then it'll be ready to move on to ethanol. Talking about the tuning though, for any of you that don't know, the G80s aren't that simple to tune straight away. The ECU comes locked from factory and it requires a FEMP to unlock. So that's a process in which you'll drop the car off with us or R44. The ECU gets sent away over to Finland. It takes a few days to unlock. Then it comes back. We then upload the MHD software, which we tune on, and then Mike Ball will do a custom tune via MHD, and that'll have map switching capabilities, flex fuel, and all of the gadgets you want on the car. With this car having stage 2 plus on it, it's going to have two maps. We're going to have map 1, which will just be pump fuel. Map 2 will be a flex fuel tune. So essentially, more ethanol you add, the more power you get. So to enter that menu, you hold the BC button down. The engine light will start flashing, and that's how you know you're into the map switching menu. So as you'll see, the revs are now up to 1, which means map 1. Click it up on this cruise control button here, it goes to map 2. So it's at 2000 RPM, and that's the flex fuel tune. So super simple, flip between the two. Once you're happy with your selection, you hold the BC button back down again. The engine light starts flashing, and then you know you've selected the map that you wish to use. So we've got the ethanol in the tank now. So I'm going to go back into that menu. We'll swap the map to map 2, and I'll also show you how you can read the ethanol content. So you basically hold the BC button down once again. You'll see the engine light starts flashing. You flip up to number 2, so that's our ethanol tune. You press it once more. That's your actual valve flap controller for the exhaust. We personally don't mess with that. We leave it to take care of it in the sport mode. If you press it once more, you'll see the revs have jumped up to here. So we've currently got an E60 mix in the car. So basically this measures your content, 1 being E10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so on and so forth. So we've got E65. So Mike will have programmed the car now, full flex fuel. It'll make the correct power needed for that amount of ethanol, and we're good to go out and take it for a drive. So that's the ethanol tune finished. We've got the flex fuel enabled on this, so that will essentially mean the more ethanol you add to the mix, the faster you'll go and the more power. Now on the full ethanol map, the car's making 840 horsepower. We've kept the torque around 924 to keep the stock engine happy. So all in all, that's going to make for some extremely fast launches. Talking of which, we're going to get it on the track soon, finish off dialing it in, make sure all the boost targets are hitting right, the timing looks clean, and then we're ready for some draggy sends. And this car here really is a credit to how reliable and solid the tuning process has been. Not only is it making top numbers now, and it's been all around Europe, it's been all around America, it's been stage 2, it's been single turboed, and it's still here now, solid, making the numbers on the dyno, doing the numbers on the road. Only thing we really sort of say with these sort of packages is the servicing. So servicing, we recommend sort of oil to every 5 to 10k miles using a good oil, and spark plugs 15 to sort of 20k. Keep on top of that and you'll have a solid, reliable build which you can enjoy every day. So that summarises the Stage 2 Plus package for the G80 platform. As you can see, we've had some awesome power figures on the dyno, awesome on-track performance as well. So it's over to you, Reece, to enjoy your car. Those of you looking to go further than this, we offer packages all the way up to 1,000 horsepower and 1,200, but the next step on from here would be hybrid turbos. But essentially with this package, you're getting close to the limit of the stock engine with the torque and power. So without building it, it is quite hard to go much farther. So if you're looking to go further than this, don't hesitate to get in contact with either me or R44, get the details, and we can send you an estimate.
Out in the Stage 2 M3 Touring, this car, it feels insane now. With the handling mods from the KWs, the suspension secrets, a nice pedal feel on the brakes from the EBCs and the Hells, it's feeling nice, you know, and it's a nice place to be. We've got some JQ paddle shifters, got the clicks and the clicks, we've got an LCI G80 G8X steering wheel, so flat bottom steering wheel, Alcantara. Yeah, it's nice, it's comfortable, some cool bits. But anyways, let's get on the road now. We're not obviously going to open it up. In the next episode, we're really going to start going into it. What we're trying to do now is just build it up for you guys to enjoy, get a bit more knowledge behind you, and then we're going to go out, get it on the street, get it kind of on the drag strip and get racing it, see what we can do, have some fun, go on some track days, really showcase the car to you in all its glory. But anyways, Stage 2 Plus, it's changeable, so obviously you've got the pops and the bangs, so let's make some noise. So this car is running the high flow sports cats from R44 and the full R44 titanium. This is comfort mode, drive logic comfort. Sounds all right, pretty good. We've got the Pipercross intakes on there, and then this is Sports Plus. Tom's done a really good job on the pops. When getting tuned by Tom, you're never going to get a major amount of pops and bangs, but you can just hear them. They're there. If you're looking for a huge pop, you're not really going to get it from Tom. It's not something he does. The way that they're mapped into the ECU or the map itself, you change gear, you let off, you get a nice big crackle. If you've done a really big pull, you let off the throttle, you're going to get some crackles, you're going to get a nice little overrun, but just stand still, you're not going to get massive pops and bangs. So you've got that really crisp tone, obviously, with the high flow sports cats, the titanium exhaust system. It sounds insane. And obviously we're just driving around Wembley, which is nice and busy, but we're mainly just trying to show you guys the car, the details about the car, ahead of the next video. I hope you guys come back for it. You can hear it, it sounds good. Coming through here. She's fast. What a guy. Yeah. keeping the builders happy. So you get some pops, you'll get some pops. You can obviously dial it in on the MHD app, but we want it just to pop when you're really on the throttle and you really got the car hot. Otherwise, we're not here. The exhaust will do the talking of such. But yeah, sounds pretty good. I think what we'll do now is close off this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's a bit more informative, a bit more mechanical, a bit more about the actual stuff. You've seen it obviously being driven. And then, yeah, tune in next video when we're gonna really dive into getting the car on the track, other things. We've got more mods, we've got to dial it in more. It's by far where we want it to be. Like I want to drive it for at least a month every day and get the suspension, everything perfect. But yeah, anyways, like, subscribe, hit that bell button. If you need anything for your car, for your BMW, you know where to come, r44performance.com.